This is Bob. You probably don't know this yet, but Bob is about to cost you a lot of money. You see, Bob's always been an upstanding citizen with a beautiful family he provides for, a middle class lifestyle, and a comfortable job. But unfortunately for Bob, the company he works for had to make some cuts, and he was laid off. He needs to figure out how to provide for his children. He had a recent run in with law enforcement because he committed a crime while trying to feed his family. He committed a nonviolent misdemeanor, and after sitting in jail for a few months, Bob was sentenced to a year in jail. But there are a lot of expenses for Bob to stay in jail: his clothes, food, medical care, guard salaries. So you're actually spending a ton of money on him, between $31,286 and $60,000 a year. That's what we pay teachers and registered nurses. When you take into account that there are 78,000 Bobs in the state of New York alone, that's $3.6 billion. But that's not all. There are 2,220,300 inmates in the US, and we spend $55 billion on corrections a year when this money could be going to infrastructure, healthcare, and schools. So you might be thinking, great, I pay my taxes, but how is my personal income affected? You see, had Bob not been arrested and sat in jail for months awaiting trial, he would have spent roughly $14,000 this year on retail spending, according to the US Census. But now, because Bob is not spending the money, and neither are the other 2 million Bobs locked away, $31,084,000,000 are no longer circulating in the US economy, and they're being lost in the markets. This lack of liquidity is preventing cash flow to American businesses, raising the price of goods, your cost of living, and lowering your income. But it doesn't have to be this way. The first step is to do research on your county's criminal justice system, and groups like Measures for Justice are working to provide plenty of comprehensive data to do just this. And their data is actually pretty useful. Are people in your county struggling to pay low monetary bail, forcing them to sit in jail much longer and costing more tax dollars? Does your county have a low percentage of felony cases solved within 1 year, adding at least a full year of fiscal burden on the taxpayers? What about the number of guilty pleas given without an attorney present, increasing the chance of innocent people being sent to serve long, expensive sentences? All these questions affect the number of Bobs costing you money. So what can we do? There are plenty of answers and policy solutions to these problems being discussed amongst the representatives in your government. Call them and ask why our system is like this. Express your concern over how costly incarceration is. Ask if they're working on solutions. Hold them accountable and be an informed voter. Get involved in your community and advocate for change while informing others. Every community has a group of passionate citizens dedicated to fixing this broken system. And keep yourself, your friends, and neighbors informed, so Bobs all over the country have a brighter and richer future.